I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. If I were you, I would take those CERB checks and those stimulus checks and I would invest in Bitcoin. Now hear me out. Hear me out for a second before you spaz out and hit the dislike button or leave this video. Listen for a sec. And look at this view. That's the Pacific Ocean back there, yo. I don't know if you can see it from here. But anyways, think about this for a sec. I'm not even gonna debate it with you. The only reason why I'm talking about it is because I did the research and I did what I had to do to figure things out, you know? And I'll tell you right now, the dollar's gonna collapse. The government is going to create their own digital currency, and the whole world is gonna shift into this digital currency era, right? And it's gonna lead to the chip, of course, right? That's how they're gonna make it happen, because it's easy to transition, from the dollar to digital currency. It's not a big deal, you know what I mean? We're not taking a chip or anything, it's like not a big deal. But what would be a big deal is if we transition to a digital currency and then the dollar collapsed, so that was no longer the go-to primary currency, right? And all of a sudden we're only able to use this digital currency, and then all of a sudden they change that and they force it into the chip, and they say the only currency now is the chip. So might go from a digital currency, to the chip by force. You won't be able to buy, trade, or sell without the chip, right? But it's going to be a digital world first, and it's going to be a digital currency. The countries are going to make their own digital currency, but this is what they're going to realize. Bitcoin is the foundation. Bottom line, is the originator of a cryptocurrency, digital currency. It was first, and it was founded on the basis of being decentralized. So nobody can manipulate it, nobody can print it. So you don't got to worry about inflation, you don't got to worry about, the government, extorting and ripping us off and, doing all their little tricky little things they do to take advantage of us, so that we're living a lower quality life than they are. But anyways, this is the thing. Bitcoin is going to jump up to 50,000. It's going to jump up to 100,000. It's going to go up to 500,000. Probably even 1 million, but that'll be later, within the next 10 years. So, but in the next 3 years, it could jump from where it's at now, right, to 50K per Bitcoin, 100K per Bitcoin, 150K. Within the next 3 years, it can do that. And within the next year, for sure, it's gonna jump. Within the next year, you're gonna see it jump from where it's at to like 50, 60K per Bitcoin. That's being generous, But this is the thing. The reason why it's a guaranteed thing is, and even if, no matter what, Bitcoin isn't over yet, it's gonna still have its jump when they shift to the digital currency, like I said. Everyone's going to be like, okay, cool. You think we want the government's digital currency that they've already figured out how to manipulate? No, we're going to go to Bitcoin because it's connected to the blockchain, and the blockchain isn't run or controlled or manipulated by any one entity or force. It's decentralized. Look that up. Google that. Figure that out. What that means is, no person is on the other side. Nobody controls it like a bank. There's people that run a bank. The government runs the bank. The government runs the dollar. They can print it. They can do whatever they want with it. They can tax it. They can, they can control it. They can stop it. They can freeze it. They can take it away from you. You can't do any of that with Bitcoin. And again, it's based off peer-to-peer transaction. There's no middleman. Okay? So you can go do the research that you need to do. And I even have a playlist connected to this channel that says Bitcoin. And you can check that out. That's the stuff that I'm watching, that I'm learning. But anyways, I got some, I tested out before with some Bitcoin and stuff like that, like small cents, like it was nothing. But I bought 20 bucks or 18 bucks worth of Bitcoin. I'll show you at the end of this video. And so it's sitting there. So I already figured out how it works, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull this off. So from my bank, I need to get $20 onto this app. The app's got to be an app that's well known and is in Canada, instead of like Coinbase or something like that. And you know, I need to be able to buy Bitcoin, and then I need to convert. The big deal to me is I need to be able to convert that Bitcoin back into the Canadian dollar and then put it back in my bank account. Let me see. I gotta see this. Let me see this happen. That's what I need to see. That's what I need to know, right? So that's what I did successfully. So I was like, okay, cool. I did that with 20 bucks. I put the 18 bucks. I put it back in there. And then like the next day it went up the value just like a couple of dollars or something like that. So I made a couple of dollars in profit. If I sold right there in one day, I made $2. I made $2 profit in one day off my $18. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what if I could do that every day? Okay, so that's day trading, right? But that's when you're playing around too much. You know what I'm saying? Where you can take losses and stuff. But you can't take loss if you just buy it and hold it and wait for it to increase in value. And it may drop. The market might drop way lower than what you originally bought in for. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna freak out. You're like, oh no, you know, it already dropped in value. My $20 is now only worth $2. That's where people's perspectives are wrong. That's not how you look at it. Of course it's gonna fluctuate. The markets always go up and down no matter what. But when it goes down, you buy because you got it for the lowest amount, like per Bitcoin, whatever. And then it's gonna eventually, it has no choice. It's gonna go up and down. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna panic. You're gonna go up. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, should I sell? You know, and then you sell and you cut yourself short. You only make a little bit of profit, and then you see it jump up to like 200,000 per Bitcoin. You're like, oh, I could have just been a millionaire. What an idiot I am. So you don't want to do that. There's ways to do this, right? But we know logically and from what we've seen in historical times what we can bet on for the future. History always repeats itself, and that's one thing we know as human beings, and that's how we're able to determine what's going to happen in the future based off of what's already happened in the past. It becomes a pattern, identifiable pattern. We have that ability, right? So anyways, a lot of people don't have the same perspective though, and they can't actually see things like that, and they have different ways of looking at things, you know. And then when it happens, like, oh, whatever, you know, big deal, I was still kind of right, you know, that type of person. There's really no reason in it. It doesn't matter if they're right or wrong. Even if they proved that they were wrong, they're still gonna not care anyways. So you're only wasting your own energy. But anyways, it's definitely going to go up. Like I said, it is, because the dollar is going to collapse. It's going to force a new type of currency because there's going to be no value. And if you look at everything right now, it's kind of technological, like, you know, it's like technology, digital. There's already ATMs, Bitcoin ATMs, you know what I'm saying, everywhere, you know. In every city I've been to, I looked up to see if there's a Bitcoin machine, and I went over there to go look at it. I was like, damn. So bottom line is what you do. I have, if you want to get into this, if you're in Canada, I have a link for you. I'm going to leave the link. You can go to the app, same app as I'm using. I'm going to show you a video at the end of this too if you want. I'm just putting that out there. You know what I'm saying? Because why am I going to sit here and talk about it and show you what I did without actually giving you the plug? You know what I'm saying? Actually hooking you up with the way that I'm doing it, at least. I can't speak for other people or other ways of doing things. This app, you know, I did my research and it's legit. And so I was like, okay, once I find that, I can move on from there. And then I can do a little piece at a time, so I'm not taking high risk, right? So I just did 18 bucks, and then I pulled back out, turned it back into money, and made like a little bit of sense, like 10-15 cents, because within that time the market went up a little bit. So I just thought it was cool, because bottom line is, it's a smart investment. And there's a lot of really intelligent, rich people, like millionaires and billionaires, that have both said that they know that Bitcoin is going to go up to a certain level, and they've bought in, you know, and it goes up based on demand. But again, right, it's hard for us to fathom this idea of a digital currency in the first place. So you have to first start there, you know what I'm saying, and then educate yourself on how this makes sense, because really, to the logical average person, it doesn't make sense, and it's would be another fake, you know, invisible currency that doesn't fucking exist. Like, what else can I say? But in reality, so is the dollar. It's backed by nothing except for men with guns, you understand? And it's printed, so that causes inflation, which devalues it. Anybody can just print the shit. Well, not anybody, but, you know, corrupt governments. Anyways, yeah, man. So I'll put the link. I'm gonna show you the video of, you know, actually me doing it and showing you how it all works and stuff on the app. And this is for the Canada one, because I'm in Canada, but I'll send you the link to the one for if you're in the US. But anyways, I just wanted to say that, man. Like, you know what, I've been looking at this for 5-6 years now, just looking at it. I didn't get involved in it, you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking. I'm like, okay, you know, we'll see. You know, I might have missed out, I might have not, you know what I'm saying? But it turns out definitely that I'm in now. So I'm gonna drop like $2,000, and it's, yo, this coming right now, man. There's a wave coming right now, and they've even just seen in the whole history of Bitcoin, they're looking at the, you know, the market map and seeing where, you know, the patterns, and eventually they actually have, like, you know, figured out that a certain pattern represents a certain behavior before it happens. You know what I mean? So they're able to predict certain movements that are coming, but it could still shift in any each way, you know what I'm saying? But they've just ran into, for the first time in Bitcoin's history since the last time that this happened, something like this happened on the market, on a graph. It's showing that it's happening again, and there was only one other replication of this shown in the existence of Bitcoin's lifespan on a market scale graph, or whatever you call it, right? So, and they're saying that it's coming. There's going to be another, and it might drop. Okay, so don't panic. So listen, like right now it's at like 12,000, you know, in Canadian or whatever, 12,500 something in Canadian, and like 8,000 and something in US or something like that. I don't know, something around that, right? So this is also a prediction that it's gonna drop before it jumps off the bottom and takes a leap. So from 12,000, it might go, they're predicting it to possibly go down to 5,000-6,000 per Bitcoin before this major, you know, jump happens or whatever, because of the shift that we're going through, the pandemic and business and the world, the economy, you know what I'm saying? You got to capitalize off the shit, and that's what people do in the market, and that's how they get rich off that shit. That's what that whole thing is about. Capitalizing and knowing and learning and not having to be scared, and just be able to take action, but also know what you're doing and not fuck yourself over, right? So it's like, bottom line is, there's much evidence that guarantees for sure the Bitcoin is not going to die out. Like, you know what I mean? If that's what people are worried about. It's been around for a long time. It's already considered by the governments as a currency, because if you Google it, it shows you the value of what Bitcoin is in Canadian dollars, not like literally by the world's exchange. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go to a bank and find out how much Bitcoin is worth in Canadian dollars. Like, you know what I mean? Like it has been accepted, and it currently is a currency, you know what I'm saying, accepted by the government. You would think that they would try to make it illegal so you can't capitalize off of that and make no money, and it's like almost like tax invasion and stuff like that, right? But instead they capitalized off of it themselves. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? They capitalized off of it themselves, and that's how you know we're in a good situation, because they're gonna ban anything that is competition to them, or they can't manipulate. That's why gold is gonna go up in value too, but it's not gonna be the main currency again. Why? Because they can't print it, they can't manipulate it, they can't capitalize off of it any more than it's already been capitalized off of. Think about that, huh? You know what I'm saying? Right. So what do? They capitalize. There's governments that are mining Bitcoin, already bought into Bitcoin, billionaires, millionaires, you know what I'm saying? And the more that the demand goes up, the value in Bitcoin goes up per Bitcoin. So what does that mean? Exactly. I hope you figure that out. I hope that clicked, because if it was meant to, then it would have, and then you're gonna be knowing what's really going on right now. Okay, fam? But anyways, yeah, I'm just, walking around on this random ass path for whatever fucking reason, and just chilling at the ocean. Just chilling with the scoot, blasting around on this thing. Goes like 70 kilometers an hour, so it's pretty fast. It's kind of fun. Got the ocean. But yeah, man, so that's what I would do, man. The CERB checks, the stimulus checks, I would take that money, even if it's for people that are taking that money that aren't even eligible for it, and they know that, but they're just, it's a pandemic, people are scared, so they're doing things, whatever. The money is like 2 clicks, and then boom, you got money in your bank. So it's really a difficult situation. So I don't blame the people that take that CERB money or stimulus money that weren't eligible. It's hard to determine what their intent was anyways, you know what I mean? So, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna get that money, man, don't bury yourself, you know what I'm saying? What you need to do is you need to invest it, or half of it, and gold or Bitcoin. I would do Bitcoin, but don't put all your eggs in one basket, and do half and half. Gold's always going to be worth value. It's always going to be God's currency, so to speak. Not obviously not that's not God's currency. Material things is not, right? Spiritual is God's currency. Abundance and life and love is God's currency. But just saying. Yeah, I'm pacing all around, but no, I'm just excited about some stuff. But yeah, having that Bitcoin and then seeing it go up in value already, I could sell it and make a couple dollars. That's crazy. Like, what? Okay, I'll sit and wait. No problem. Even if I make my money back or half or anything, like $100, I'm laughing. Like, that's crazy. I just flipped that in a legitimate way. And it didn't take a lot of effort, man. I literally e-transferred $18 to this app. It tells you the information to e-transfer to. I sat there, I waited. It literally was there in like less than 10 minutes. And it said it could take an hour. So I was like, okay, that's good. That's pretty doable, But now I'm like, how do I know I didn't just get joked for that? No. That's why I only put 18. Bam, 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 the swag. What's up, man? Flexing on him right now. Flexing. Even when I was homeless, I looked like this. I was fresh all the time when I was homeless. You know how much money this cost? $130. That's a legit. That's a real jersey, man. And then we got the Toronto. Anyways. Bitcoin. I'm gonna drop the links for my peoples that know who I am and know, I wouldn't lead nobody wrong. Like I said, I'm just showing you all of the facts, and just showing you how things are going. Because sometimes you gotta be able to just figure things out without facts, even to find the facts in the first place, man. Like, sometimes we don't always get facts to build a foundation on, and we just gotta hope and have faith, but at the same time, don't be foolish. But like I said, you can't really take a loss when you're doing it like that. People take losses in day trading with Bitcoin and doing stupid things, and you know, all of the weird things that you hear that are negative about it. I already made a couple bucks. I could sell that, and I just made $2 like in one day. That's hilarious. So what if I put like $1,000 in there, 2,000, and I made like $100 in one day? Say your word, buds. Yeah, exactly. Fucking count that. Exactly. How long do we work for $100 a day? 120 a day? How hard? Well, you know. But regardless, there's ways to do things. But I'm not into the day trading and the fast, trying to make $100 a day or whatever, because it dips up and down, you know. But as long as you only pull out the profit, like if I put in 1,000 and tomorrow it said, you know, it's, you know, there's $1,020 more because the value went up, and I just, you know, take that $20 out, that's a profit. It might go back down again and be worth only, you know, whatever, and all of a sudden I'm down, I'm under, I'm negative. But it doesn't matter as long as I don't sell the Bitcoin. I don't lose it. It'll sit there. The market's gonna go back up again, and it's gonna be more than its value than when I put it in. It's gonna go up and down. The market always goes up and down. Don't look at it twisted. So just capitalize. That's all I'm saying. So that's what I'm doing, man. Bitcoin all the way. I'll let you guys know at the end of this video. Show you everything. Send you the link. Put the video. And comment your thoughts. And yeah, man. Straight up. What other advice can I get about Bitcoin? Okay, so about Bitcoin, make sure that like when you buy it, and say you want to send it to your wallet, say if you had an Exodius wallet or some Bitcoin wallet or BitPay or something, like you want to transfer it to a wallet instead of just have it on an app, which is a good idea, but you got to be real careful. You don't want to transfer it all in one shot because you're just figuring it out, and it can be it's confusing, you know. But there's a way to do it. And you know, where you copy the address and you put it, you know, you're sending and receiving Bitcoin, or sending it to your wallet. So you just want to do one piece at a time, like do a small amount first, you know what I'm saying, and don't do it all at once, just in case you make a mistake or something and you can just lose that, or, you know. So just small, see how it works, and then be like, okay, cool, because that's what I did. I'm like, okay, I know how to do this properly now. Not making no mistakes with $2,000 by accident. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good advice. And yeah, man, I think, you know, that's what I would do. Straight up. That's what I am doing. So let me know what you guys think. Alright, so this is the app. It's called Shakepay. Looks like whatever you want to call this. But yeah, so this is the app that I use to buy the Bitcoin and sell it. And then you could send it to a wallet if you want. And yeah, you can log in with your fingerprint if your phone has that capability. But okay, so boom. Alright, so look. Add funds. Click that. And you can do Interact e-transfer. And you can send an e-transfer. You'll have your own info once you make an account. It'll be different than what you're seeing right now. But yeah, you could send an e-transfer to this app, or to that. Boom, money goes in, and then you click on Bitcoin, or let me see. And then yeah, it'll be the other way around. Like, click where it says from Bitcoin to Canadian dollar, or Canadian dollars to Bitcoin, and then, you know, put like $20 or whatever. Bam, and then you can buy the Bitcoin. Once you have the Bitcoin, this is what it looks like. Boom. I actually bought $18 worth 21 hours ago, and the market actually went up a little bit. And now I have 1970. So if I sold right now, I would make like, what, like $1.70 or whatever. But I'm holding it. But yeah, so then when you want to put the money back in your account, you can go here to this arrow and you can do Bitcoin to the dollar, and then you can sell the Bitcoin. But make sure obviously you sell when it's over. Oops, sorry. So what you do in this situation is see how much Bitcoin I got right there? 0.001568863. So you actually have to copy that, and yours will be different, because however much that you spend or whatever. Okay, okay, hold on. Anyways, 6.863. So boom, you know what I mean? And then sell. So I would have made a profit right now. That's hilarious, but it's only been 21 hours. But the market's gonna go up and down. But eventually it's gonna go like way up, So, but anyways, bam, once you do that, you sell it, boom, you got Canadian dollars. And then you can hit send and then cash out to my bank. And then bam, it'll e-transfer it back to your account. And you'll have, whatever, more money, right? That fast you can do that. So this is for people in Canada. And it's really easy to sign, like, you don't have to do much. You just have to confirm your phone number and email and stuff. But anyways, yeah, that's how it works.